You go to bed early. You think you've done everything right. But when the sun rises, your body feels like it's been hit by a truck. You're groggy. Your muscles feel heavy, and your brain just won't turn on. For months, I thought this was just part of getting older until a routine checkup showed something deeper. My morning blood sugar levels were consistently high. That's called fasting hyperglycemia, and it's more common than people realize. It means your blood sugar is elevated before you eat anything, usually because of what you ate the night before. I didn't know it back then, but my late-night snacks and healthy desserts were silently wrecking my nights and draining my mornings. Turns out, the body doesn't just rest while you sleep. It also tries to regulate sugar. But if you load it with the wrong foods, especially refined carbs or sugary fruits late in the evening, it can't keep up. The result? You wake up in a state of metabolic confusion, wired but tired, with sugar still floating around. The good news is, I found a way out. I started including specific foods in my dinner or evening snacks. Foods that support stable blood sugar overnight, improve sleep, and help me wake up actually rested. In this video, I'll share the 7 foods that help me stop waking up tired and finally take back my mornings. Number 7, fatty fish. It all started when I added a small piece of grilled salmon to my dinner a few nights a week. I wasn't expecting miracles, just wanted something light and easy to digest. But what happened next surprised me. After just a few days, I began waking up with more clarity, less grogginess, and even fewer cravings. The kind of deep rest I hadn't felt in years returned. What was going on? Turns out, fatty fish like salmon, sardine, and mackerel are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, powerful nutrients that reduce inflammation, support brain function, and crucially, help balance blood sugar overnight. While most people think of fish as heart food, not many realize how it affects insulin sensitivity, especially during sleep. Chronic inflammation, often silent, can interfere with the body's ability to respond properly to insulin. But omega-3s act like a calming balm, soothing this inflammation and allowing your metabolism to function better. This means glucose is used more efficiently instead of staying elevated in the bloodstream all night. When that overnight spike is avoided, your body gets a real chance to rest and repair. So you don't wake up feeling like you ran a marathon. Beyond blood sugar, omega-3s also influence melatonin production, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. So, when I began eating fatty fish in the evening, I wasn't just stabilizing my glucose, I was also supporting my circadian rhythm. That meant deeper sleep, fewer wake-ups at 3 a.m., and a more natural wake-up without needing coffee to function. It's amazing how one simple dinner swap, grilled sardines with steamed veggies, for example, could affect my entire day after. Another powerful benefit? These fish are low in carbohydrates and rich in protein and healthy fat, which means they don't cause blood sugar spikes the way pasta or bread might. That's key for anyone struggling with nighttime glucose issues. When your dinner keeps your sugar level stable, your liver doesn't overcompensate by dumping more glucose into your bloodstream at dawn, one of the causes of that dreaded fasting hyperglycemia. Instead, your body stays in balance, and you wake up lighter, more focused, and even in a better mood. So now, whenever someone tells me they're tired all the time, even after a full night's sleep, I ask them a simple question. What did you eat for dinner? Because sometimes it's not the hours of sleep that matter most, but what fuels your body before you close your eyes. Fatty fish like salmon or sardines have become my evening allies, gentle on digestion, powerful for sugar balance, and a true gift for better mornings. Number 6, low-starch vegetables. There was a time when my dinners looked like a plate of rice with a small piece of chicken. Simple, yes, but also the kind of meal that left me tossing and turning at night and waking up foggy. I didn't realize then that my body was struggling to process those carbs without enough fiber or balance. That all changed when I started replacing half my plate with low-starch vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini. Suddenly, things shifted. I felt lighter before bed, my digestion improved, and most importantly, I stopped waking up with that heavy, tired feeling in the morning. These veggies may look humble, but they play a mighty role in nighttime blood sugar control. What makes these vegetables so powerful is their very low glycemic impact. That means they don't cause a noticeable spike in blood sugar, even when eaten in large portions. But more than that, they're packed with fiber, especially insoluble fiber, which slows down the absorption of any other carbs on your plate. Think of them like little traffic controllers in your digestive system. They help release sugar gradually into your bloodstream, giving your pancreas less work and your metabolism more time to respond. The result? Less sugar floating around during the night, and less of that glucose hangover. When you wake up, I also found that including these vegetables at dinner had an unexpected bonus: better sleep. Since they're light and easy on the stomach, I didn't feel bloated or sluggish before bed. That allowed me to fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Plus, many of these vegetables, especially zucchini, contain potassium and magnesium, minerals that help calm the nervous system and regulate muscle relaxation. That means less tossing, less cramping, and a smoother transition into deep, restorative sleep. Another thing worth noting is how easy these foods are to prepare and combine. I started making simple stir-fries with garlic and olive oil, roasted trays with cauliflower and herbs, or steamed broccoli alongside fish. Not only did these meals taste good, they also gave my body the kind of slow, clean fuel it needed overnight. And because I wasn't overloading on starchy sides like potatoes or rice, my blood sugar stayed more stable, not just at night, but even into the next day. It became a small habit with big rewards. If you're someone who wakes up tired, puffy, or mentally slow, try looking at your dinner plate. Chances are there's room to invite more of these green heroes onto it. Low-starch vegetables are more than a side dish. They're a foundation for better metabolic health. Ever since I made them the star of my evening meals, my mornings have felt clearer, lighter, and, best of all, consistent. No more mystery fatigue. Just real, balanced energy, straight from the garden. Number 5, chia or flax seeds. The first time I added chia seeds to my evening snack, I didn't expect much. Just a spoonful stirred into a bit of yogurt. But after a few days, something shifted. I was no longer waking up groggy or needing a nap before lunchtime. My energy in the morning felt smoother, more grounded. I started to wonder, could something so tiny really make a difference? Turns out both chia and flax seeds are quiet powerhouses. They're rich in soluble fiber, the kind that swells up and slows digestion, giving your body a chance to absorb sugar gradually, not in sudden bursts. That makes a big difference when you're trying to keep glucose steady through the night. What I love most about these seeds is how versatile they are. A spoonful in yogurt, mix into a smoothie, or sprinkled over oatmeal. They disappear into your food but leave behind lasting effects. The fiber they provide forms a gel-like substance in your gut that slows down how quickly your blood sugar rises after eating. This effect continues long after you've gone to bed, keeping your body from triggering emergency sugar dumps that often cause early morning fatigue. And because they digest slowly, you stay satisfied longer, reducing those late-night hunger spikes that tempt you towards sugary snacks. Another important benefit is their natural support for hormones that regulate blood sugar, like insulin. Both chia and flax seeds contain lignans, plant compounds that help reduce insulin resistance and support healthy metabolism. This means your body uses sugar more effectively instead of letting it linger in the bloodstream. Over time, that makes a big impact on your energy levels, especially in the morning when your system is supposed to be resetting and preparing for the day, not cleaning up last night's sugar mess. For me, that shift felt like finally waking up with my body, not fighting against it. But it doesn't stop there. These seeds also contain magnesium, a mineral many older adults are unknowingly deficient in. Magnesium plays a key role in relaxation and sleep quality. Once I started including these seeds in my nighttime routine, I noticed I was falling asleep faster and waking up fewer times during the night. It was like my body finally had the tools it needed to truly rest. And when rest improves, blood sugar regulation follows. It's a quiet cycle, but one that can change everything when you get it right. Now, chia and flax seeds are a non-negotiable part of my week. They take no effort to prepare, cost very little, and work like clockwork in the background. I call them my bedtime stabilizers, because that's exactly what they do. If you're struggling to wake up clear-headed and energized, it might not be about sleeping more hours. It might be about what your body's digesting while you sleep. And these tiny seeds can help guide your system toward peace, balance, and true overnight recovery. Number 4, walnuts and almonds. I used to think of nuts as just a snack to pass the time, something to nibble on while watching TV. But once I began eating a small handful of walnuts or almonds in the evening, my body started giving me very different signals. I wasn't waking up as tired. My thoughts felt clearer. And that deep, uninterrupted sleep I hadn't experienced in years began to return. At first, it didn't make sense. How could something so small, so common, affect how I felt in the morning? But when I looked deeper, the science made it obvious. Nuts are rich in healthy fats, protein, and essential minerals that directly influence both blood sugar regulation and sleep quality. What happens during the night is more complex than we think. If your blood sugar dips too low, especially after a high-carb dinner, your body responds by releasing cortisol, the stress hormone. That surge often wakes you up in the middle of the night, restless and confused. But walnuts and almonds help prevent this glucose dip. Their mix of fat and protein slows digestion and gives your body a steady source of fuel while you sleep. That stability means no stress alarms go off at 3 a.m. and no crash that leaves you dragging your feet the next morning. Another secret weapon in these nuts? Magnesium, a mineral that plays a huge role in calming the nervous system. It supports muscle relaxation, reduces nighttime cramps, and helps regulate melatonin, the sleep hormone. I started noticing fewer body aches and a deeper sense of calm in the evenings when I made this one change. Instead of toast or cookies before bed, I'd eat a few almonds or a couple walnuts. Simple, but the impact on my energy and clarity the next day was anything but small. It was as if my body was finally allowed to stay at rest all night instead of constantly fighting sugar spikes and crashes. And let's not forget how portable and practical these nuts are. No prep, no mess, no cooking. They became my go-to-bedtime snack, especially when I didn't feel like making anything fancy. I even keep a small jar near my bed, not to eat in the middle of the night, but to remind me. Fueling the body right before sleep is an act of self-care. It's not about dieting, it's about balance. Giving your system what it needs to reset, repair, and restore your strength for the next day. If you often wake up feeling foggy, tense, or unusually tired, even after sleeping through the night, try asking yourself, did I give my body something stable to work with? Walnuts and almonds may not seem like miracle foods, but for me, they became a nightly anchor. Just a few bites of natural fats and minerals. Enough to keep my blood sugar even, my sleep deeper, and my mornings far brighter than they used to be. Number 3, unsweetened yogurt. I used to avoid yogurt at night, thinking it was only for breakfast or maybe a light afternoon snack. But one evening, out of curiosity, I tried a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of flaxseed. The next morning, something felt different. I didn't wake up with that usual sluggishness. My stomach felt calmer, my thoughts sharper. I repeated it the next night. And again, better sleep, better mood, more energy. That's when I realized this humble food was doing something powerful inside me. Unsweetened yogurt, especially Greek style, combines protein, probiotics, and a low glycemic load, all of which play key roles in regulating blood sugar and promoting restful sleep. One of the major benefits of plain yogurt is its high protein content. Protein slows digestion and keeps blood sugar levels stable throughout the night, helping prevent those silent glucose spikes that sabotage your sleep and morning energy. Unlike sugary desserts or carb-heavy snacks, yogurt doesn't create a roller coaster in your bloodstream. Instead, it delivers slow, steady nourishment, enough to keep your system calm and fueled until morning. And when you pair it with seeds or a handful of nuts, it becomes complete nighttime mini meal with even more stability built in. But the magic doesn't stop at protein. Probiotics, the beneficial bacteria found in live culture yogurts, also help in ways most people don't realize. They improve gut health, which has a direct link to insulin sensitivity and even mood regulation. A healthy gut allows your body to manage glucose more effectively, especially overnight when your digestion slows down. It also reduces inflammation, which is often at the root of poor metabolic health. Ever since I began including yogurt in my evening routine, I noticed fewer stomach issues, less bloating, and a sense of calm before bed that felt new and very welcome. It's important, though, to choose the right kind of yogurt. Many popular brands are loaded with hidden sugars, fruit syrups, or artificial flavors that do more harm than good. I always go for plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, rich, thick, and naturally low in carbs. You can sweeten it naturally with cinnamon or a few berries, or mix in chia seeds for added fiber. Once I found the version that worked for me, it became a comforting ritual. A few spoonfuls in the evening, maybe with crushed walnuts or a touch of vanilla. It felt indulgent, but was actually incredibly helpful for my metabolism. Now, I see yogurt not as a snack, but as a metabolic tool. It helps my gut, supports my sleep, and keeps my blood sugar from going off track while I rest. For years, I thought fatigue in the morning was just part of aging. But once I gave my body something gentle, nourishing, and stabilizing before bed, it responded with more clarity, better energy, and a kind of peace I hadn't felt in a long time. It's a small shift with a big ripple effect, and one I now look forward to every night. Number 2, avocado. Avocados were never really part of my routine, until I noticed how I felt the mornings after eating them at dinner. It started with a simple salad, a few slices of avocado, some greens, olive oil. Nothing fancy. But when I woke up the next day, something had changed. No brain fog, no sluggish legs, just a steady, clear kind of energy. That caught my attention. So I looked into it, and what I discovered made perfect sense. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that help balance blood sugar and keep insulin levels steady, especially overnight when your body is most vulnerable to fluctuations. One of the most fascinating things about avocado is how it lowers the glycemic impact of other foods you eat with it. For example, if you have some rice or a piece of toast with dinner, adding avocado can actually slow the absorption of those carbs. That means instead of a sharp glucose spike followed by a crash, you get a gentler, more controlled rise and a better chance of a restful night. I started including avocado in my evening meals whenever I could, mashed into a spread, chopped into a salad, or simply eaten with a spoon and a pinch of salt. The result was always the same: smoother sleep and better mornings. Avocados also come packed with magnesium, an essential mineral that supports deep, restorative sleep and helps relax the nervous system. I didn't realize how tense my body was before bed until it started feeling calm again. Magnesium works hand in hand with your body's natural sleep hormones, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep through the night. And when you're well rested, your blood sugar regulation improves naturally. It's all connected. I thought I just had a sleep problem, but really, I had a blood sugar problem that was interfering with sleep, and avocado helped unlock that connection. Another advantage? Avocados are naturally low in carbohydrates, so they don't trigger unnecessary insulin responses late in the day. That means your liver can rest too. Remember, during the night, your liver plays a crucial role in balancing blood sugar. When it's not overloaded, it doesn't dump excess glucose into your bloodstream at dawn, one of the hidden causes of early morning fatigue. By eating balanced fats like those in avocado, you're giving your body what it needs to coast through the night instead of struggling through it. Today, avocado is one of my favorite tools, not just for flavor, but for function. It's creamy, satisfying, and incredibly versatile. Whether it's half an avocado on a slice of whole grain toast or diced into a warm quinoa bowl, it's become part of my rhythm. And every time I wake up without that heavy, drained feeling, I think back to the night before, how something so small, so natural, could support my sleep, stabilize my sugar, and bring my energy back one morning at a time. Number 1, eggs. If there's one food that completely changed the way I feel in the morning, it's eggs. Simple, old-fashioned, and often underestimated. I grew up eating them, then spent years avoiding them at night because of old myths, things like they're too heavy or bad for cholesterol. But when I finally reintroduced eggs into my evening meals, everything changed. I felt full, satisfied, and most importantly, I started waking up with energy, not wired or jittery, just balanced. That's because eggs are rich in high-quality protein and healthy fats, both of which are crucial for keeping blood sugar stable while you sleep. The most powerful thing about eggs is how they prevent blood sugar swings. They have an extremely low glycemic index, which means they don't cause spikes, and they help anchor your entire meal. When eaten with some veggies or avocado, eggs turn into a metabolic stabilizer. I notice fewer nighttime wake-ups, fewer morning headaches, and less of that heavy fog feeling when my feet first hit the floor. My body wasn't panicking overnight trying to correct a sugar crash. It was finally coasting smoothly through the night. Eggs are also one of the best sources of choline, a nutrient that supports liver function and helps regulate fat metabolism. Why does this matter? Because your liver is busy while you sleep, processing nutrients, balancing blood sugar, and detoxifying your system. Giving it the right fuel makes all the difference. I began sleeping more deeply and waking up with fewer cravings when eggs became a regular part of my dinner. I didn't need coffee just to feel human. My body felt fueled, not frantic. And let's not forget how easy eggs are to prepare. Scrambled, boiled, poached, baked. There's no excuse not to include them. I often make a simple veggie omelet or a couple of hard-boiled eggs with a few slices of cucumber. It's quick, affordable, and incredibly effective. I've even had them as a light dinner with a side of steamed spinach or zucchini. It's not fancy, but it works. And sometimes that's all we really need. Something real, something steady, something that supports us quietly through the night. Now, whenever someone tells me they wake up exhausted, even after 8 hours of sleep, I tell them, start with the eggs. They become my go-to evening reset. A small change, yes, but one that brings big results. Because when your blood sugar is balanced overnight, your body gets a chance to restore itself. And when that happens, you don't just sleep better. You wake up feeling like yourself again. If you've been waking up each day feeling tired, foggy, or drained, even after what seemed like a full night's rest, know this. You are not broken. Your body isn't giving up on you. In fact, it may be sending you a quiet message. That message could be, help me stabilize. And as I discovered, sometimes the answer isn't in more hours of sleep, but in what you feed your body before you close your eyes. The foods you choose at night matter more than we realize. They become the foundation your body leans on while you rest, repair, and prepare for a new day. And with small, smart changes, your mornings can feel light, clear, and energized again. But it's important to say this clearly. Every body is different, and what works for one person might not be right for another. Before making any major changes to your diet, especially if you have diabetes, prediabetes, or other health conditions, please speak with your doctor or a registered dietitian. These professionals can help tailor your approach safely, ensuring that what nourishes your energy also protects your health. This video is meant to inspire you, not replace medical advice. Use it as a spark to begin asking the right questions about what your body truly needs. What gave me hope wasn't just a list of foods. It was realizing that I still had agency, even after 60, that I could make choices, test small changes, and see results without pills, without extremes. Sometimes it starts with something as simple as a boiled egg, a scoop of yogurt, or a few slices of avocado. Simple foods, natural rhythm, and a body that finally gets a chance to rest deeply and wake up ready, not surviving, but thriving. If any part of this video resonated with you, I encourage you to take a gentle first step. Look at your dinner plate tonight. What could you swap just once this week? You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to begin listening. Because your body is wiser than you think, and with the right support, it can still recover, stabilize, and feel vibrant again, morning by morning. And if this message helped you, consider subscribing. There's much more to share, and this journey toward better mornings is just getting started.